Hello, everybody. Good to have you here today. It's 1st of December. Can you imagine we are 29 days away from the end of the year? My gosh, looks like we start the year yesterday. So good to have you all here. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your patience. And today we will study message number 38 from the book Living in Spring. Message 38 from the book Living in Spring. And the title of the message is If We Only Knew. Okay? If we only knew. But before we go, I'd like to do our initial prayer. And I asking everyone, if you want, if you can, to close your eyes, have a deep breath. Let's concentrate, let's focus our mentors, asking them to stay close to us, enlighten ourselves, allowing this message reach as many as possible people, those who need to listen this message, those who are watching us, those who will are watching us. So be it. Amen. Okay, so we will start to talk about this beautiful message from Emmanuel, psychographed by Chico Xavier. And the title is If We Only Knew. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Jesus, Luke 23:34. And then Emmanuel says, if murderers knew beforehand how much pain life is going to charge them in order to readjust their destiny, they would prefer not to even have arms at all in order to withhold the deadly blow. Let's do our first stop here. I wish we have a crystal ball beside us, telling us in advance before we take a decision if it is a good decision, a bad decisions, of good actions or bad actions. So I wish we have this type of knowledge or psych power, let's say this, to giving me what's the consequences of my actions. And we can say, and there are many studies, cases of people come without the limbs, Some are trials, some are their choice because they need to learn something or because they need to be in that situation to overcome a barrier. And one of these barriers could be this. No, I'm not generalizing here. I'm just saying some. Okay? So, we don't know. Unfortunately, we don't know what we did in the past. I don't know what I did in my previous life. I have no idea. I have no idea what I did. I have no idea who I was, where I lived, my family. I have no clue. But sometimes it's better to not know what we did, because uh, we may be ashamed of what about what we have done. And usually we used to regret about decisions when we take these decisions with, I would say, um, when we are very nervous, when we are very upset, when we are very not feeling right, you know, about a discussion, about, could be anything, a lot of things. So I I think we should have some guardrails, and we do have these guardrails. Let's see a little bit further. Keep going here in the reading. If the farmers could eliminate the crust of darkness that maidens their vision of foresee the suffering that awaits them as they settle accounts with the truth, they would paralyze their vocal cords or lay down their pain rather than wrongly accuse someone. This is very common, including nowadays, all these fake news. Can you imagine? Someone, it is at home right now, and they, oh, I will put like any fake news. And he starts with that post. In question of hours, this post was spread to the world. And we will have like comments agreeing with that post, comments against that post. But in somehow, this post will interfere in someone's life, in their process of decisions, in attitudes, in many other things. And they decide not to go or to do something. Perhaps this was important thing. So, how many lives, if I create that fake news, how many lives I am interfering? I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure you're not just interfering in one life. You're interfering millions, hundreds, thousands, I don't know. But you interfere in many lives, interfere in many people's decision. And the same thing here. Sometimes they prefer to come without the vocal cord to say the gospel. But I just updated the version to what's modern today, and what's modern today are the fake news. You know, what is the difference between the past and today in terms of the news? You can say fake news. No, no, it's not the fake news. The problem in the past, we didn't have the internet. So if something happened, for example, in Europe, will take perhaps 1 or 2 days to reach, let's say, Brazil. Oh, what happened in Europe? Like an earthquake. So they will know there were a earthquake in Europe. It was very bad one, but they will knew this 1 2 days after what is happening today. When we have an earthquake here, all the world can see the earthquake in real time. I'm not wrong. I don't know if it was a couple years ago or more. There are a very bad tsunami in Japan, and we saw the water coming, the water invading the city. We see online. So this is the difference between the news from the past, the news from today. The news today travel very fast. And are we ready or not? Are we ready to understand or not? Or you keep creating more fake news, more no saying not the truth, gossipy. Uh, what's the point? If deserters of good could see the dangerous traps that the darkness sets to steal their joy of living, they would gladly wear the sanctifying shackles of the heaviest responsibilities. If integrates could see the bile of bitterness that will invade their heart later on, they would never perpetrate the crime of indifference. So, the lesson so far it is watch out, watch and pray. Watch because you need to be very open, very keen to understand what is happening around you. What is the purpose? A wise person told me recently a lesson. When you start to show something, ask the question, so what? What the purpose? What's the meaning? What is the message you want to deliver? What are the resources you will need? So what? If you start to ask it, so what in our life, things gonna be changed. Do you need to go? Do you like to go or do you have to go? So these two things here allows me to think or at least trigger trigger a wake up call to tell me, okay, so what I want to achieve here, what I'm gonna do after I'm achieving this, what are the consequences, so what do you want to achieve? Do you want to achieve something based in lies, based in conspiracy, based in fight, or you want something based in love, based in respect. I have made my choice. And you? Did you? I'm gonna keep going. If selfish persons could perceive the infernal loneliness that is waiting for them, they would never depart from the tireless practice of fraternity and cooperation. If gluttons could see the damage they are causing their body, thus hastening their death, they would render unwavering worship to frugality and harmony. If we knew know how terrible the result of disrespecting the divine laws will be, we would never depart from the upright from 1 second from the upright road. Those who give in the disturbing suggestions of evil do not know what they are doing. So, my friends, oh, I want a lot of things. I want many things. We want many things. But what I want will benefit me. For example, I want a fancy car. Okay, you buy a fancy car. But do you have to maintain the car? Maintain, I'm saying, do you have enough money to pay the taxes? Do you have money to pay the fuel? Do you have money to pay the insurance? Do you have money to make the small maintenance things? No, like whatever action you need to do in your car. So, my question to you is I would like to have something, but I have enough money to cover this. And what we see many people instead of um, instead of saying the truth, they prefer to try. They don't do good things. They end up disappointing someone. And what happened to you? This is something we needed to understand when you are in a process of making a decision. So, what decision do you want for yourself? What do you want to bring? What do you want to fight for? What's the consequences? People you like, oh, Stevan, but everywhere you're gonna do, of course, there are always someone who you like, and always there are someone who you not like. Okay, thumbs up. I completely agree with you. But it's up to you to find a middle term. It's up to you to balance this equation. And I would say it is a very hard equation to be balanced. So what? What's the purpose of your life? Glaucia Makti, thank you, my dear. Good work for you. Please watch this later on. No problem at all. Thank you. So what? And I challenge you to everything you're going to do so far. Ask the question, so what? What's the purpose of this? What's the consequences of this? What if I do not do this or do this instead? Will be better? Will not be better? This is not a guarantee you will succeed in all your endeavors. No, no. But I can tell you this will help you to make better decisions. This is going to help you to avoid mistakes. This is going to help you to do what people want you doing. It's your question. It's your call. So what? So what? The planet, the human being want for them. So many people, many of them go in different directions, many of them united by same heart, same way to think, same friends. So what? This is my question for you all. I would like you to think about it. Everything in life, there is a consequence. Third law of Newton: action, reaction. You're gonna reap what you are sowing today. And I hope, I pray every day to have as an answer, yes, I do prayer. This is something we need to ask ourselves what I'm doing, what what is good for me, good for them. Where are their boundaries when you analyze someone? Try to find out where are their that person boundaries. This is gonna help you. Some say, oh, but don't be silly. This is not a question of being silly or not. Mm, think about it. Study it. Okay? Okay? So what? What do you want for you? And with this is the message, today's message number 38 from the Living Spring. If you only knew. If you only knew. There is no fun anymore because we always win. Like it's like you won the lottery. Everybody gonna win. I will win. Tomorrow is not me, it's in you. The next day is not you, it's them, but they will win. Okay? Do you have any question, my friends? Please ask if you have. Otherwise, we're gonna finish for today. Looks like there's no question. So let me do the final prayer. My brothers and sisters, thank you very much for your time, for your efforts to be here with us. Thank you for our life. Thank you for our family, for the food in our home. Please stay with them today and ever. So be it. So be it. Amen. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you next Tuesday. Don't forget, this Sunday, 11:15, 11:15, we will have our meeting in presential meeting in Dublin. The address is 2A Ashtown. It is with the same address I got from, not same address. So be it. Amen. Thank you very much, my friends. I wish you all a wonderful day, rest of night for some. Bye bye. Thank you.